Have you ever wanted to build a website in just a few hours? Imagine being able to take a customer's request or an internal request and turn it into a website in just a little bit. That's what our Learn with the Nerds event is going to promise you in this next session on Power Pages. I'm here with Matt Peterson today, and we're going to walk you through the creation of the data all the way to actually seeing that live on a web page. What else, Matt, can they expect?
Learn how to take things with security, control that data, who's going to see that data, learn how to style it in all under 2 hours.
We'll be there answering questions as well in the chat window as well as live. And we look forward to seeing you there at our next Learn with the Nerds event.
You know, Brian, I'm going to hide a studio cam somewhere in the studio so people can see you dancing to that music before we go live. I mean,
I wasn't the only one, though. You were doing the sprinklers, so I think it's...
You guys can see what my eyes just saw. Yeah, it was incredible. So, great job. So, hey, Brian, guess what? We have a Learn with the Nerds this week.
We do?
Yeah, I don't know if you heard that, but I hear it's Power Pages Beginner to Pro, the 2024 edition. So, let's go ahead and kick off. This is our preview where we kind of get people prepped and ready to go for the session and know what they need to know and what they need to bring and how they can prepare. So let's kick it right off. Hey, Brian, what are you going to cover in this session?
Yeah, so this is going to be covering Power Pages. So we're starting from the ground up. We'll be building out the data store for that. So we're using Dataverse for that. We'll create an environment, create our Dataverse tables, and we're building a simple project management system where you might have an RFP, it's a request for proposal, for building a new building. And then after that, all the different vendors will sign into that web page that you created and will then in turn register their bids for that project. So we're going to create a ground up from the data source all the way through security and the web page itself. The nice thing about Power Pages is anybody can build a website and the data structures for that website and the security all in a matter of just about 2 hours. So we're going to get our prototype built in about 2 hours, but then you can take it to production after that.
All right. Well, that's kind of the next question is what are folks going to leave this session with? What sort of skill sets or new abilities will they have after they attend this session?
Yeah, so they're going to take from the ground up learning how to build a Power Page. Now, as part of that, Power Page does use Dataverse, so it's heavily contingent on that piece. You don't have to know Dataverse a whole lot, but we do have other videos on how to build out Dataverse structures. But we'll spend about 15, 20 minutes building out the data structures for that. We'll build a couple tables to store our projects and then our bids for those projects. So they'll learn how to do that. Then they'll learn how to build out the web page, how to secure it, and then how to build a listing of your data for how to see all the proposals that you may have already bid on, and a form to enter new proposals. We'll also show how to store files in Dataverse as well.
All right. Well, hey, one question that we always get is, I'm going to be attending the session. What do I need to do to prepare for the Learn with the Nerds?
Yeah, so not everybody, this is probably the biggest reason why people join this preview is to kind of figure that out so they're ready for that. So we encourage you to play with us. Everything we're doing in this Learn with the Nerds on Thursday, you can actually get your hands dirty and do yourself. Now to do that, you'll need the ability to create a solution, and which everybody pretty much has that, but the ability to create a Dataverse table. So the way you can test this is you'll want to go to an environment, not your default environment for your company. So you'll open up make.powerpages.microsoft.com. Look in that upper right and see the environment. Make sure you have an environment that does not say the word default or personal productivity. After you do that, you either create a new environment for developer purposes or create a trial environment if you want. There's no cost to actually playing with this in trial mode though. After you do that, then you can try to create a Dataverse table and a solution. And if you have that, you're ready to rock and roll. You'll have everything you need. Now, we'll show you that all live as well. But the biggest key is, can you create a Dataverse table? Some people also, depending on how you want to do authentication into this website, if you want to use things like Entra, the old Azure AD, you also might need some Azure rights as well. But that we'll cover in a session, and it's an optional thing. It's not a mandatory thing.
All right, fantastic. And last question we always go over is, how do I register for the event? And we've had this QR code up here for the duration of our preview. So hopefully you guys have had a chance to grab your phone and click that QR code and get registered for the Learn with the Nerds on Thursday. I do want to, and Brian, thank you for that overview of what we're going to learn, what we need to have to get ready. I did want to take a moment and let folks know that, we are here at the end of the year. It's December. And we are running some specials here at Pragmatic Works. If you are interested in maybe signing up for something, we have a great deal going where we're actually giving away some on-demand learning licenses. So if you sign up for any of our boot camps that are scheduled for 2025, we're going to go ahead and include in that bundle a on-demand learning subscription. So a 12-month license for our on-demand learning platform. That's with any boot camp purchase. If you have ever thought about buying virtual mentoring hours, if you are looking for ways to help get unstuck or ask questions, or maybe help you as you go through your journey with the Power Tools, look at the virtual mentoring tools, or the virtual mentoring product. For every 10 hours that you buy, we're going to give away a free on-demand learning license. So giving away a lot of free training if you just buy virtual mentoring or boot camps. So if you have any of that leftover budget that you want to spend and get ready for 2025 and start off with a bang, we recommend that you do that. Now that I've kind of done the gratuitous marketing bit here, Brian, any last bits or things that you want to cover as people get ready for Thursday?
Yeah, so as part of that link that Marshall put up a moment ago, it will also send you the ready-made solution, so you can kind of prepare and see how everything works. Also, we'll do that the day of the event. Also, so that QR code that's below me. Excuse me, almost. There we go. Oh, there we go. That QR code will send you the solution file that has all the tables you need. We'll build them live also, but looking forward to it. This is one of my favorite technologies, because I've been building websites since the 90s, and this makes things so much easier. This is like WordPress meets a really complicated system for building up forms, but they make it super democratized where anybody can build these websites out.
That's a really cool way to describe it. That's awesome. All right. Well, hey, folks, if you want to join, make sure you join us. It's this Thursday, 11 o'clock Eastern time in the morning. Use that QR code. But with that, Brian, we will see you Thursday. Have a great week.
Thank you, guys. Have you ever wanted to build a website in just a few hours? Imagine being able to take a customer's request or an internal request and turn it into a website in just a little bit. That's what our Learn with the Nerds event is going to promise you in this next session on Power Pages. I'm here with Matt Peterson today, and we're going to walk you through the creation of the data, all the way to actually seeing that live on a web page. What else, Matt, can they expect?
Learn how to take things with security, control that data, who's going to see that data, learn how to style it in all under 2 hours.
We'll be there answering questions as well in the chat window, as well as live. And we look forward to seeing you there at our next Learn with the Nerds event.